I'm Bobby here, and let's queer up trans rights. Seattle wastes $300,000 in grants for LGBTQ plus groups amid trans refugee influx. The Seattle City Council is evaluating the proposal to allocate $300,000 in municipal grants funding to local LGBTQ plus nonprofit organizations, providing emergency aid to transgender individuals relocating from states with restrictive gender-affirming care bans. Seattle formally designated itself a sanctuary city for gender-affirming healthcare in 2023, leading to a notable increase of individuals and families migrating to Washington state for medical care and legal protection. Community organizations report that housing assistance, medical navigation, and legal support services have faced surging demands over the past year. If approved, the $300,000 package will distribute grants to frontline community groups to help cover temporary shelter, legal aid, and essential services. Proponents emphasized that municipal packing is critical to sustaining local social safety nets as national polarization around healthcare access continues to drive displacement. Good, but do we know that if this is just Seattle, or is it a statewide? Like, are we talking about, Washington state as a whole?
The grants or the influx?
Yeah, the influx. Well, the influx. I presume that they are heading into major cities and LGBTQ centers. I mean, given how politically polarized Washington state is, you have one side on the West Coast, which is very, very liberal, Seattle, and then you have very conservative on the other side, so conservative that Oregon, some parts of Oregon and Washington want to split and join Idaho.
I mean, Washington doesn't have like the conservative movements don't really control anything in Washington. Seattle, I would imagine that it was specifically a local issue to deal with, let's just be honest, there is a trans crisis in this country, and yes, referring to them as a refugee crisis is the right way to refer to this, because so many people are being displaced by governments like Florida and Texas and across the country going after people in all sorts of different ways. I think, the quote-unquote, we call them blue states, that they should be putting more money into supporting trans people at this time. And we as a community need to be doing more to assist.
And for example, in Illinois, they just passed a series of laws that guarantee medical privacy for trans individuals seeking healthcare and prevent red states from essentially probing their medical records from out of state, which is creating more bureaucracy just so that we can protect a vulnerable population. And I think that it's just not what we're supposed to do as a country as a whole.
Well, there's lots of things we're not supposed to be doing as a country they are, but
go ahead.
Oh, well, just with the more bureaucracy, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If there was more bureaucratic levers in California, maybe Los Angeles hospitals that decided to stop providing trans healthcare might have had more regulators look at them like, no, you can't just stop providing healthcare for an entire group of people. Are you going to shut down all care for all women in your hospital while you're at it too, or all black people? What the heck are you doing as a medical community?
Well, in that case, I don't have a lot to talk about in the subject, but Sacramento, you should get on with it. There should be statewide protections for any of those.
Tied into mental health, and hopefully with the elections coming up, we see that things turn bluer. And there's hope for 2028. And, we certainly wish the communities everywhere, including our trans brothers and sisters, the very best in, daily life. And hopefully, that there's more hope in the future. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.